Hello everyone, as you know, I almost exclusively review bad games that make me angry, and this episode is no exception to that. I'm sure we have all heard that Mighty No. 9 is bad, but a lot of you guys might question why it's actually bad. It's like how the masses claim Brawl was a terrible game, but only used the tripping mechanic to validate the argument. So, let me give you some reasons to why this game is so gosh darn terrible in my humble opinion. First off, I would like to note that this game had a Kickstarter that raised $3,845,170. Before you have enough time to build up a counter argument against that, let me mention that Shovel Knight's Kickstarter only raised $311,502 for the game that received great praise. Wait, oh, it's different because Mighty No. 9 has sick high-def graphics and Shovel Knight was only in 8-bit, well then I guess the same goes to Shantae, Skullgirls, and let's also note that Yooka-Laylee didn't even get as much as Mighty No. 9 did, and I think that's all the proof you really need. Anyways, on to the game. This game gave me a very nostalgic feel of the early GameCube PS2 era, not because the game played like those, because it looked like it. In the year 2016, most games have the technology behind them to at least make mouths move during dialogue, or not make basic cutscenes clip with random things.
I designed her to evolve. I designed her to evolve. I designed her to evolve. I designed her to evolve.
I think the best word you could use to describe this game as an entirety is just unpolished. Besides it being a graphical nightmare, the gameplay was also not fun for the most part. The saving grace of the controls is the dash system within the game, and the environment really prevents you from going nuts with it. The entire game just plays alongside of you as if you're supposed to know what happens next instead of giving you a fair chance to live. I could go on and explain how Mega Man does a good job of this, but I'm sure you guys are very aware of that. The characters are completely dry and lack personality altogether. It's not like characters had to have this rich personality. I would have been fine with just a game focused around jumping, shooting, and beating the bad guy. But it seemed as if there was supposed to be plot, character development, and all that was supposed to be buried beneath a lore. So let's take this scene.
You're Bill Blackwell! No, my name is William White. I'm not Bill Blackwell. And I haven't been for a long time.
It seems as if this is some suspenseful review, but there's no music to strengthen it, nor are there any facial expressions whatsoever. How am I supposed to feel interested in a face like this, you know? The whole game suffers from this. All of this dialogue sounds like it's from people off the street talking into a microphone at gunpoint.
I see no pattern whatsoever.
The thing is, much like the character development, we don't need voices. But if you're going to present us with them, you have to do it right. It's like if I'm going to go get a steak dinner, I'm not going to go to IHOP or Waffle House, and yes, they actually do have steak. I'm going to go to a real steakhouse, because if I want steak, I want it done right. Much like if you're going to attempt to add an element to the game, you have to do it right. You can't cut corners. As far as the game's bosses go, they're all just obnoxious. I honestly get frustrated fighting against them because it was just monotonous for the sake of being monotonous. Every boss had a weakness, but there was just one power in the game that was miles better than everything else, so I just kind of stuck with that one. So if you want a quick recap on my thoughts about this game, I would have to say that Mighty No. 9 tried really hard to be multiple things, but in doing so, the game actually spread itself too thin and felt short of all of it. It's like playing multiple sports and realizing, I could be better at one of these sports if I focus on this one sport. Sorry, Dad, I don't want to play baseball anymore. People didn't want a new story, they wanted a new Mega Man-esque game. No plot or graphics could give it that, only the gameplay. Personally, I wish they kind of stuck to the graphics from this picture, because it actually looked incredible, at least compared to this nightmare. If the game took a step back and realized what it wanted to be, I honestly believe that this game could have been great. It had so much lined up for it. It just fell short. Also, in my previous reviews, people have always said that I need to give the game a definite score at the end, and personally, I refuse to do that. My reviews aren't supposed to be definite. I'm sharing my thoughts on this game, and you're supposed to decide if the points are something you like or don't like. I'm not wanting this review to end all discussion. In fact, I wanted to open discussion up. I just make these reviews because I want to share what I think about the topic, and on that note, I hope you'll be open to me doing more reviews like this in the future. So thank you guys for watching it, I really appreciate it. I like writing things, so this is really fun for me to do. Anyways, have a great day, and that's what I thought about Mighty No. 9.
20XX, we living in the future now. Getting by a little better than we used to now. But it ain't all good, cause my hood's in a panic. So the government suggested robotic enhancements. It's to level the playing field, but they ain't playing fair, so they be forced to yield.